Event may be too intense for young children, and it's not recommended for children under the age of 13. No costumes or costume masks allowed.
Welcome to the Discover Universal podcast. Keep your hands and feet inside the vehicle. And watch your step on the moving walkway because we're taking you park to park to prepare you for your next visit. Let's Discover Universal.
Welcome to the Discover Universal podcast. I'm Kari, and I'm craving pizza fries and pumpkin beer.
And I'm David, and don't scare me, don't scare me, don't scare me, don't scare me. That's a recreation of me walking through
Correct.
a haunted house.
Can vouch for that.
We are so excited to be talking Halloween Horror Nights 31.
Yep.
We have the incredible creators, the show directors of Halloween Horror Nights here at Universal Studios Florida, Laura Sauls, Charles Gray, and Matt Flood. And they're going to be telling us all about all of the awesome original content, haunted houses, and scare zones for this year's event.
Rock stars, and I think we need to turn it over to the queen of Halloween, Laura Sauls, to tell us what she is most excited for this year.
The other thing that we have that we absolutely love are our original contents. Yeah, houses.
Oh, we love it
Our
so much.
original content houses are where we, our creative development team gets to kind of explore our own brains of how we can make horror, right?
Explore the space.
Explore our brains. It's fun to be able to create new scary stories. For our guests to walk through. So I'm going to have these guys talk about original content houses, which are amazing.
Absolutely. The first one's called Descendants of Destruction. Ooh. After an extinction-level event, humans found safety in the subway tunnels. Now, centuries later, mankind has devolved into hideous mutations, hunting in the subterranean darkness. Oh. So you're going to go down into a New York subway system where some of the survivors are. And the house is kind of broken into thirds. So it's like you're seeing more human survivors. Then you see them as they're mutating. And by the time you get to the end, they're all just these nasty creatures. The same with the lighting and power. It's solar panels, and you go into battery operated, and then you go down where there's no lights, just the luminescence of strange mushrooms and subterranean things. So the creature design on this one is top notch from our makeup and costuming team. It's really cool. Really cool. So this next original story, the whole team is super excited about.
Yes.
Now, our goal is to make sure no one can actually finish this house.
I don't think they will.
That is the goal.
This is definitely the house we've talked about sitting outside the exit just to see people running because we think this one is going to really get people under their skin.
So it's called Bugs Eaten Alive.
Oh, no.
So
no.
All right.
I'm getting like
see where we're going here.
scarabs from the Mummy. I'm like feeling it.
It takes place in the 1950s, the decade of intervention. Guests will take a tour through what we're calling BuzzCon, which is this factory, and there's showrooms. So we'll be walking through this experience, and they're trying to sell us on this new product by Exterminaire. It's the Exterminaire of the future. So it heats your home, it cools your home. It also kills all the bugs with the new pine scent. So you're walking into this, you got the showroom girl, they're trying to sell you everything. But of course, something goes terribly wrong. All the bugs break out. They start mutating, and as you go through the experience, the bugs grow, they change. You will see flies, roaches, spiders, maggots, larvae, drippy, gooey. All your senses will be touched as you walk through. Lights.
I can already think of the sounds. Like
Yes, the
little
clittering,
sounds.
the chittering, the growing, people coming out. There's some people who are freaked out by just holes, the idea of holes.
yeah.
Right.
You're going to see a lot of that. But those holes actually have like maggots in them and things like that. Bees, larvae, honeycombs, wasp nest, all these fun, delicious, disgusting things you will encounter. There's no escape.
I'm also going to say it's the return of the Sif. What's the Sif?
Sif?
Stuff in your face.
Oh, I was just going to say, I
So
have a
with
full-on
this
meltdown
house,
walking
if-
into...
When you're walking through it, you get the little, it's not just, it's all of your senses getting attacked.
Wow.
That
sounds
real
strange.
gnarly. There's no performers in there right now, and it's still hard to walk through that.
It is.
the creators are having difficulty walking through that house. So I can only imagine what the guests are going to feel as you hear the chittering, the flying, you're feeling things touching your face, your neck.
You're seeing the roaches, like
all over the place.
thousands of roaches climbing up the side of the wall.
Yeah, they had huge crates and boxes of insects.
Thousands
the decor
of
team. We got
Not real
giant
ones.
spiders. Well,
No.
it's
It's
Florida.
Florida.
It's Florida, dude.
Do you think a roach might not get into
Matt
the
Flood
tent?
just side-eyed me so hard.
Nothing's real.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
I'll give you a funny story. We were walking through the house and a moth flew and we all jumped.
True story.
So, true story. It can happen. We're in Florida. Anything can happen. I'm just saying, anything can happen. But again, we're just going to sit at the back of the house and just watch people run out of this thing because it is amazing.
It's also got a little bit, because every year we have, the super gory house, the, very ghostly feel, like she said, all the traditions, but it is a tradition for HHN to have kind of a wink and a nod house or a dark humor house. There is some dark humor in this also amongst the gore. So you'll hear, like, as you walk into these showrooms, it's supposed to be like, the home of the future, blah, 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 blah. You'll hear all these funny type things in amongst the gore and the freak. Yeah, it's going to be pretty awesome. What else do we have?
Yeah, we've
Mr.
got
Flood.
So for this original content house, Spirits of the Coven. Yeah, this is a really cool one. So 1920s, speakeasies. This is a decade that is just ripe with awesomeness, right? There's all great aesthetics, great music, great clothes, great fashion. But this house, journey through a forbidden speakeasy where you will not escape the trappings of the coven. They turn all who enter into their witch's brew and smuggling the brew to other covens. Enter if you dare, as humans are the main ingredient in the spirits of the coven.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. No, very, very cool. This is, you are entering this speakeasy like, oh, it's so cool. I'm one of the cool kids, right? I'm one of the people just walking in.
I know the password.
Yeah, right? I know the password. And very quickly, you are aware that, no, this was a trap. Like, you are now going to get sliced up, boiled up, turned in, brewed, and you are the main ingredient for their witch's brew. And as you go further, you pass all the cool speakeasy stuff, and you are traveling into the depths of this place, which is not cool, and it is not all flashy and fun, and it's quite the opposite. So this should be terrifying and awesome, and all the greatness.
That's so Halloween. I mean, like, you think, like, witches, kettle, boy, I just see that image. Oh,
Yeah, talking about
be
ones
great.
of just like absolutely loving the design, loving the creation of this. First of all, just any time I'm diving into the 20s and reading about it and researching it, that's awesome.
Sure.
But then as we start to imagine and create and build and all that stuff, just the sound design, how fun was that? Like listening to all the, hey, what about this song? That's kind of cool stuff. So yeah, super fun.
Right.
Love this one.
There's always ones where I'm like, stop scaring me. I'm trying to look at all the cool stuff. I want to see the pretty things. Stop jumping. I don't want to be scared.
That's why you have to go to the RIP tours and the Unmasking the Horror tours.
yes. Yep. Highly recommended.
The next one, Dead Man's Pier. So this is the return of a favorite zone, street zone that we had some years back. This is Dead Man's Pier, Winter's Wake. Dead fishermen rise from their watery grave once again to plague the village where they set sail many years ago. This evil tide will drag the lives of all into the sunken depths. This is gorgeous and terrifying. It's, it almost has it almost has a sad quality. There's like this loss, this terror, it just feels like the storm is pressing in around you. And it just gorgeous. I mean, the set design, beautiful. It's breathtaking at times. I mean, you really feel this village and the that kind of New England beaten down by the waves and the cold and the ferocity of the weather, and it's awesome. It's a gorgeous house. It'll be terrifying. Our performers in there are huge and scary and imposing and relentless. So it's a really good one.
I love that.
Yeah, I love the description of it.
Yeah.
All right. So this original content house is Fiesta de Chupacabras. It's a Chupacabra's house.
Finally.
But it's a party of the Chupacabra.
Ooh.
Well,
Right?
that's what
Fiesta?
you think. That's what you think. So, of course, we're walking in as tourists. We're, stumbling through and, here's this village here. Looks like they're having a party. Oh boy, let's jump in and have some fun. But no, the Chupacabra is appeased by blood. So these villagers are luring tourists to basically hack them up, fill up some buckets of blood, put them outside their door, and so that they're not attacked. So you are walking into this trap. And so not only is the Chupacabra there everywhere, but so are the villagers trying to murder you and slice you up and drain your blood and set you outside their door so that they're fine.
So that got dark.
Yeah,
Isn't
right?
it nice?
Yeah.
How's that for a party?
Yeah.
So the legend of the Chupacabra is true, and you are invited to the fiesta. The villagers require your blood to keep the Chupacabra from destroying their village. You can't escape the savages of this village or the Chupacabra. You're dead.
Translation? You did.
They're dead.
I can't wait to see the creature design of that one.
Yeah.
I bet that's going to be super cool.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't wait for everybody to see it.
Yeah. It's a beautiful house. Beautiful.
There's so much imagery swimming around in my head. I'm on overload right now. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to see these dead water people, pirates. I don't know. In my head, I'm seeing dead
Fishermen.
fishermen.
I like water people.
Water people.
People on the water.
Like to be top level here, right? Yeah, I can't wait.
So this house is another one of our original content houses, and I am super excited about this. Super cool. It's just fun for me. It is set in a prison for monsters.
Oh.
Cool.
The inmates have broken free and are threatening to tear apart the world as we know it.
No.
So you're starting outside the penitentiary, and we are sent into the corridors of Carnage. And once inside, we are instantly attacked by beastly monsters, zombies, aliens, vampires, fiends of all kinds. It's just this monster stew of every type of threat you've ever experienced. Every nightmare you've ever had has all been locked up in this prison, and they broke free. So we have to fight our way through until we reach the power core. And seeing the whole facility destroyed by a detonation of the power core. So this is like the whole goal. We are diving into this gauntlet of carnage and blood splatter everywhere. And we are like this 10th wave of guards coming in to destroy this prison before it destroys our world and rips apart our reality.
So we're empowering the guests
wild.
as guards.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You guys figure it out. You guys, it'll be fine.
We'll stay out here.
That's such a cool
It's a total bloodbath.
backstory. That's a cool, I love Monsters Stew. Is that the special Halloween Horror Nights
Monster
menu?
I will
Delicious.
also say, of course, Halloween Horror Nights has a little bit of a history, and there's some Easter eggs in here.
Ooh.
Yeah, we wanted to throw a couple things to the fans, make it fun. If you've been coming to Halloween Horror Nights for a long time, you might see a monster you recognize, be like, oh my gosh, they got locked in Hell Block Horror.
There's a lot of diversity within the house content. There's something for
Sounds like
everybody.
it.
It is completely era, aesthetics. Everything has a little something for everybody. It's going to be amazing. But we also have some street zones we'd love to talk about.
The
course.
street zones.
You're never safe out there in the park, right?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Only, we need, never mind. The first place we're going to talk about is Avenue of the Stars. When you first walk in, it's called Horrors of Halloween. So,
Appropriate for 31.
absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
Nailed it.
We're
Great.
talking about the 31st year. And usually, the last few years, we've had a trend where it's kind of the table of contents of what you will see. But the sad thing is, or tragic, I will say, is someone kind of took over our idea. So we at Art and Design came up with this really cool idea to have a table of contents. But the Pumpkin Lord is very powerful.
Oh, no.
And so the more powerful he gets. He got a lot of followers last year. Now he's even more powerful. He's taken over the zone. And we tried to get him out of there, but he's way too powerful. So he's grown. All his vines have taken over the whole street with pumpkins. You may recognize some of those pumpkins in there. But yeah, so he, in his full gordiness, will be sitting.
All of his gourd.
In all his gordiness, yes, will be sitting out there. He'll be sitting out there just talking to us and, burping and doing all the gross, wet, nasty sounds he does. It's gonna be
When are we
awesome.
having auditions for that? Because I think I'm right for that role, actually.
Or if you take,
They did not address that. Heard. Okay.
so that is AOS, or Avenue of the Stars.
Okay.
Where also in Avenue, I just want to throw this in there, you'll see some of the table of contents because the Pumpkin Lord is summoning the witches, the different scarecrows, and, trick-or-treaters and things you're going to see in all of the scare zones.
Awesome.
Well, speaking of which, let's move on to Hollywood.
Which,
Speaking of which,
So it's called Graveyard Deadly Unrest, and it will take all of Hollywood and turn it into an old abandoned graveyard. There are two specters, if you will, or really kind of the head Death Reapers. They're brothers. There's Death and Sleep, and they are standing guard as you go through a gate, a broken down gate. As you go through, there's mausoleums. There's all sorts of different tombstones, but they are gathering the souls. They are there taking the living to that special place where no one ever returns.
Oh, gosh.
Eternal rest. Oh my gosh. So you'll have all the spirits wandering the streets trying to get you. So, all right.
Cool.
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. So that's that zone. All right. Moving on to Central Park. So some of you, if you're a historian of Halloween Horror Nights, there was a very popular house called Scarecrow the Reaping.
Yes.
Oof.
Now we have Scarecrow Cursed Soil. That will be all of Central Park. Now, when we first went through the farmhouse, in the house itself, we went through the farmhouse experience. Now we're going through the fields.
Okay.
And all those scarecrows are coming at us. Now, a lot of times it's just kind of Central Park, walking through all the organic vegetation and the characters coming out. We're actually building a full barn and having it right in the middle of the zone. So you are forced to, even if you're someone who came in and said, I don't want to do any houses, you're going to do a house. We're going to walk you through the barn. And so on either side, it's bookended by all the different scarecrows. But once you go into the barn, and I'm not going to give it away, there are different characters that live there that are even more disgusting, nasty. They're doing terrible things to the farm family that live there. And you can join the fun.
What?
Yeah. So you'll have fun at that dilapidated Nebraska farm. So with all the scarecrows. It's going to be awesome.
So exciting.
So we just left Central Park. You're walking around. You may see some chainsaws as you go through. Then you're going to end up
Classic.
in San Fran. And this year, that zone is called Conjur the Dark.
Okay.
Now, what is that? There is a sorceress. Now, we're talking about the traditions of Halloween. We've created our own historical moment of the first Halloween, okay? So imagine like kind of Stonehenge-esque looking stone pieces all around with Celtic ruins all over. And the sorceress is gathering power. She's pulling beings from other planes of existence to come onto our earthly plane. And that is the creation of Halloween. So we have a full stage out there. We have the sorceress. She's conjuring all these portals opening up, these creatures coming out. 3 different worlds open up. We have these like troll-type creatures. We have the alphas, the betas, all these different characters. So it's going to be intense, amazing, and there will be some fire. So,
I'm a sucker for fire.
yes.
So good.
Yes. Hey, let's conjure the dark together. All right.
The origins of Halloween? Are you kidding?
Now we leave that zone. We go right into New York. It's the biggin, you know. This one's called Sweet Revenge. So we've talked about a lot of the different tropes of Halloween, but there's the biggest one we haven't even touched on, which is trick-or-treating, right?
Oh, yeah.
Of course, yeah.
Hey, I'm an adult. I dress as a kid and I trick-or-treat with my kids and then I steal their candy. Anyway, so
Smart.
I'm just checking
You gotta
out,
check
making,
it.
check all the candy and then like half of it's gone. And I'm like, well, I don't know where it went. So anyway, we have an annual Halloween party. It takes place in 1954. And we had this annual Halloween party and a parade sponsored by a local candy company.
Okay.
There's a guy named Major Sweets. He creates candy. So all the kids are there. The whole town is there. They're all celebrating. The kids are eating the candy. And all of a sudden, we find out that this candy is turning the kids into horrific killers.
Oh my God.
It's going to be
It's going to be awesome.
It's gonna be awesome.
It's going to be awesome.
They're going to be drooling that chocolate, that poison chocolate, and they're going to be attacking you. Also, the adults are crazy. The whole parade, we actually have a parade in the middle. It's not moving though because it's all crashed. So you have to work your way
cool.
through all these floats and Halloween floats. So you're seeing the fun and it's blood drenched. So it's going to be great. Anything you want to add to that, Laura?
Yeah, no, I think you're going to see some of those more little show moments that we love to put in Halloween, where we see these children just, killing everything in their path. But no, I think Charles and team have done an amazing job of creating all these original scare zones, and they just so fit into that theme of celebrating Halloween. Right? Yeah. Halloween Horror Nights is celebrating Halloween, and we're celebrating it big time in New York. We're getting floats from our partners that we partner with in Mardi Gras. And that's so cool that this is the first time we've gotten to really change that partnership and develop that partnership into something more. And those floats are just looking amazing. So, and we're really partnering with our merchandise partners. The Tribute Store will lean into this story as well. You might see some of the goodies in the Tribute Store. Major Sweets is selling his goodies in the Tribute Store as well. So there is definitely all of the partnership that we've had with everyone, from merchandise to marketing to
food and beverage.
Food and beverage. It's been just incredible. Our food and beverage partners are going to put a little like a food booth in New York to match the celebration kind of vibe. So it's really amazing, the partnerships we've had with everyone across Universal. So I can't wait. I can't wait for everyone to see the event.
You can buy some of those evil candy bars. So I think that's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Buy a candy bar
My
here.
aim in life. That sounds incredible. I am more excited than ever. I can't wait to celebrate 31 Halloween. Let's do it.
Let's celebrate Halloween at Halloween Horror Nights.
Let's do it. You guys are the best. Thank you so much. And thank you for your passion and your creativity. I mean, you guys are the masters. You guys are the gurus, right? I can't believe we're...
I love the storytelling. I love all the different stories, the different tones. It's very exciting.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining us, you three.
Thanks for having
Thanks
us.
for having us.
David, your mouth is hanging open.
What a reveal.
Are you so excited?
I'm very excited.
Me too.
I personally, I love original content haunted houses. I mean, so much creativity comes out of those.
Exactly.
And some of them, they're like sleeper hits. You don't know what to expect. And then they end up being some of the favorite houses of the whole event. So
Absolutely.
I'm very excited. Some of these concepts sound very cool.
And it's neat to
Very
hear it coming
twisted.
from the creator's mouth. It's like, you can
so
see their...
excited.
Yeah.
It's so many hours and days and months of work. And you can tell that they finally get to unleash it on the world. They're so excited.
I'm the most excited for
You get a
bugs.
trademark, Carrie.
Yeah, every time. I'm the most excited for bugs eaten alive. Well, excited is a strong
Excited.
word.
Yeah.
Excited and scared, nervous, trepidatious, can't wait. I don't know. There's just a lot of energy coming out of that house already for me.
There was a lot of weird energy in the studio while they were describing it.
I
You
mean,
guys were like, your skin was crawling.
Yeah, you
even
can-
from the description.
ooh, I can't wait.
I think I'm looking most forward to Dead Man's Pier, Winter's Wake.
That one sounds awesome. The way
It
Matt
just-
described it sounds beautiful.
It was so poetic. It was so melancholy. I was like, I just want to walk through that house and think about life.
Write some poetry while you're in there.
Yeah.
I wanna do-
It sounds like a great story.
I want to do the lights on tour for that one
Yes.
specifically because I feel like there's going to be a lot of really pretty details that I want to see with the lights on. All right. Well, that just means that we got all the information now. It is fully revealed, y'all.
We're counting down the days
Yes.
for Halloween Horror Nights 31.
That's right. Again, check the show notes for all of our Halloween Horror Nights information. That website will be linked down there. Yeah, we'll see you at the event.
See you in the fog.
Can't wait. To learn more about Universal Parks and Resorts, head to our show notes for links to our Discover Universal blog for a more in-depth look around our destination. While you're there, sign up to receive emails that will include articles, videos, and this podcast delivered right to your inbox to prepare for your next vacation. If you liked what you heard, leave us a review and don't forget to subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts.